Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Gamescape. Today and only today we are live on what the fuck on Twitch. No, I'm fucking up all my intros, bro. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Gamescape. Today and only today we are here to talk about the future of the mainline Mario games. That's right, whether 2D or 3D. It's time to talk about what I think is next, what I think is going forward, what's gonna go down. Because I feel like it's been now we've definitely entered the. It's been a while since a new main entry in a mainline Mario game. We had Mario Odyssey 3 years ago now, and honestly the last, aside from Mario Maker, the last time we've had a genuinely new 2D Mario was what New Super Mario Bros. U, I believe, and that was 2013. Or it might have been New Super Mario Bros. 2 on 3DS. But yeah, 3 years since the last 3D one, and genuinely 7 to 8 years since the last 2D one, which is insane, right? And I feel like there's a lot to dissect there. I think we got to start with the 2D here, right? So for 2D Mario, right, I feel like we are in a bit of an odd situation, right? Because I feel like with Mario Maker specifically, I think that franchise has kind of lost its steam. We saw it blew up on the Wii U because there was something very unique and different, and then on the Switch I would have thought that game was going to destroy numbers, but obviously it sold 5 million copies. It did super well, but it hasn't budged an inch since then, to the point where Nintendo doesn't even update it in its latest financials. Mario Maker 2 kind of just came and went. It sold its amount and did not continue. I think it's just because of the lack of support and lack of resources that went into it, and I like to hope it's because they're trying to do something new and different, and that's kind of what I want to get into, right? With 2D Mario, we need something fresh, right? And I think there might have been a hint of that in Super Mario Maker. So in Super Mario Maker, they have the 3D world gameplay style, and to me, I think that was a really smart evolution of what 2D Mario could be, right? Because it's got a modern graphic aesthetic, but you've got a lot of the creative weirdness that you can have almost from a 3D game. So I feel like the idea of a new 2D Mario in the Mario 3D world aesthetic is really cool. I think they could get really crazy with the ideas, really crazy with the themes and stuff, because I feel like a big issue with modern New Super Mario Bros. Is obviously the art style, right? It looks very plastic. It doesn't look fun. The backgrounds aren't dynamic. Just something about it feels plastic. They're great games. I love the New Super Mario Bros. Games. I think they're very well designed. I think they've got a lot of cool levels to them. I think they've got, like, obviously the multiplayer is super fun, but like it lacks a kind of a charm. It lacks an art style charm. And I think the Super Mario 3D World art style in the 2D has that charm, and I think that could lead to a really creative and unique game in there, and I think there's something there for that. Of course, there is a dark timeline where we get another new Super Mario Bros. Game. It's the same aesthetic, but it's just new levels. Again, hopefully the levels would be cool, but I think that's just not gonna happen. I think Nintendo seems to be pretty much done with the new Super Mario Bros. Art style. At least I hope and I pray, and I think they could do something new. And I think another cool idea I think they could do is, what if they did a new pixel art style, right? Like, it's not necessarily Super Mario World style or 3 or Mario 3 style or Mario 1. It's like they make a brand new pixel art style. We've seen a lot of indie games mess with new ways to do pixel art, whether it's like Owlboy, where it's these like very high definition like pixel art stuff. Like, there's a lot of creative ways they can spin pixel art in a new game to make it feel like the retro style, but with having a new aesthetic. And I think now it could be a really cool look for the game. I want them to bring back the old style, like finding a key in a level that brings you to a secret area, finding a unique power-up that's not necessarily there. Bring back the cape, bro. I want the cape to make a comeback in a new 2D Mario game. I don't want it to be in Mario Maker. I want it to be in a new game where, like, you can find stuff in the sky. Bring back that sort of weirdly explorative nature of the old 2D Marios. Obviously they're 2D games, so you can't really explore much, but there's a feeling to, like, what's in the sky if I just run, get that power up, and go up there. And I want that charm to come back. My final proposition for 2D Mario 2 would be, I want them to use the art style that they used for those, whenever they like launch a game or something, they've got that old school Mario art style they use it in a lot of like artworks for game releases or Mario Kart 2 or whatever. Like, I would love a kind of hand-drawn style 2D Mario game. It would look beautiful. I think like that aesthetic is so colorful, it's so unique. The way the characters look would be cool. You could have Mario, Toad, Peach, Luigi, and all that. I think you could do something really clever and cool with that, without like colors popping and background characters popping in and out. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's something there, right? It's definitely something that I feel like I've thought of for a while, but there's something unique there that they could do. And we've seen hand-drawn art styles starting to become more and more of a thing that developers get into. So I really really would love them to dive deep into the style and do more of it. Please, Nintendo, give us something fresh for 2D Mario. Either way, I do think it's gonna come within a year or two, right? Again, like, it's just been such a long time, and you look at New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on Switch has sold 8 million copies. So to say there's not a hunger for 2D Mario would be dead wrong. People want that shit. It eats up. And again, make it cool, make it crazy. I think you could have a banger selling game. But now for the big, more exciting one here. It's 3D Mario, right? What's next for 3D Mario? Let's go through the kind of things we'd expect. So first of all, Odyssey 2, right? That's kind of been the most obvious one of people wondering, where is Odyssey 2, right? It's been 3 years now since Odyssey came out. Next year will be for it. And it seems like it's pretty much likely we could be seeing a 3D Mario next year. I mean, we had a 3-year gap between what? Galaxy and Galaxy 2. I believe we had a 2 to 3 year gap between Super Mario 3D Land and Super Mario 3D World. So see, if these sequels for the 3D Marios come every few years, and I guess they're taking an extra year with potentially an Odyssey 2. And man, Odyssey 2, I feel like it has to happen, right? Because of course a brand new idea would be crazy and weird too, but like, I feel like Odyssey is such a unique template and idea that can be so much more fleshed out. And not to say it's not fleshed out in Odyssey, but it's like the way people thought Galaxy was mind-blowing and then Galaxy 2 is somehow insanely better is what I want, bro. I want them to go crazy with Odyssey 2. You know, I want like stuff like more crossover areas, right? Like, what if they did have a Metroid world or like a Legend of Zelda world? I'm not saying that it needs to do that. It can thrive in its own areas, but I'd like an area or two like that, or even like a more retro revival levels, right? Like, a lot of people speculated that we'd get Sunshine content in Odyssey 1. That didn't happen. So I would love if they took us like one area was like Isle Delfino, right? Or another area was like Bob-omb Battlefield. You know, like do a little stuff like that where it's like retro areas. Obviously they can throw in new levels too, because man, I love the new levels in Odyssey. I think they're creative, I think they're fun, I think they're very memorable, right? You got like the Luncheon Kingdom, it's a cool aesthetic. You got Metro Kingdom, you've got like that cool dark one that they use just for the boss fight, but they could flesh that. It's like, I want more new areas, I want creative levels, I want them to keep fleshing that out. And I think another thing they could do for Odyssey 2 is maybe have less moons, right? Maybe, okay, the first time was about let's get 1 trillion moons. How about we shrink down the levels just a little bit, have less moons all around, but make them more impactful? You know, I'm not saying go back to the Galaxy aesthetic where you're going to do a mission, right? I'm saying just make it maybe less moons, but make them feel more impactful instead of, oh, I stomped on the ground, I got a moon. Oh, I flicked Cappy at a fucking paper, give me a moon. You know, like, it felt like there was some of that in Odyssey. I feel like cutting down a bit of the fat, centering the level design more and all that stuff, I think could lead to some really cool, crazy level design. And of course, Cappy himself, that's a mechanic of its own that could be unleashed, right? You could take over so many more enemies. There's so many old school Marios you can bring, enemies you can bring back. There's so many new enemies you can continue to flesh out. And man, please, Nintendo, make Peach playable, bro. She literally has a Cappy. I really do think it's time for Peach to get her shine at 3D Mario. Don't just make it Luigi where it's his mechanics. Fuck it, go crazy, give it to Peach, let her have some fun, and make it so that Pauline is getting killed. You know, but what if Bowser's like, fuck it, bro, listen, I want to get married again. I wasn't done here, alright? Now I'm done with Peach, I'm going for Pauline, and Mario and Peach have to go save her. That would be such a sick idea. I'm down, bro. Please bring it to me. Now, granted, another thing that could happen is Nintendo, specifically Miyamoto, has said he would like to revisit Galaxy at some point with better technology and better hardware. And this is like about 5-6 years ago. And I think Galaxy 3 could be insane on the Switch. I mean, we played recently Galaxy 1 in the remaster, and that game genuinely looks fantastic. I want to play some more Galaxy 2 at some point on my own. But man, the Galaxy holds up incredibly well. And so could you imagine a brand new Galaxy, what they could do with the new technology, with the ideas they've learned over the years? Like, there could be some insanity there that I think that is, it's an unlocked potential that I think could happen. And Galaxy 3, I think, could like destroy the world, like fucking internet, if it was nuts. I think that could be a really hype thing. And again, I don't think it's impossible. They've said they want to do it. It's something fans would die for and be happy for, and I'm all in for it. There's also a chance we get maybe another 3D World style game, you know, maybe something like where it is like bite-sized levels that you jump into. But again, I'd rather they do that for the 2D games. Like I said, give 3D World the 2D 2D style treatment, and I think that'll be golden for that. They could make a Sunshine sequel, but I doubt they'll ever do that. Or again, another option is they just give us a brand new Mario type. What that could be, I don't know. Maybe they go back and revisit Mario 64 or something. Like, I don't know what they could do. Like, Nintendo are the creative geniuses with that stuff. I trust them when it comes to 3D Mario, especially like that. Like, obviously 2D, it's debatable whether people like Mario, New Super Mario Bros and all that, but with 3D, it's always consistent, it's always quality. I think they're gonna give us a banger future with that. So yeah, that sums up my thoughts on what I think is next for 2D and 3D. Let me know what you guys would like to see, what do you guys want to see, and all that stuff. And of course, I will see you all next time. And please ignore that PS5 in the back. I totally don't have one.